Do you like seclusion? Do you like vacations? Do you like seclusion and vacations? Well, then this video is for you. Hey, hello, bonjour. My name is S.h.e.r.i.s.s.e and welcome to my channel. And in today's video, we go to Big Whiteshell Resort.
I bet I can get there in 2.5.
No, we gotta go get an oil change.
So this entire trip has humbled me. It made me realize that I really need to explore my province a little bit more. I need to explore my province a little more. That rhymes. But anyway, the reason I say that is because somebody told me that Manitoba is considered polar bear capital. And I was like, what? Why? And they were like, well, because polar bears live in Churchill. And I knew, Churchill was in Manitoba, but I didn't know that polar bears actually live there. Like, lots. Like, there are more polar bears there than there are people. I was like, what? I was like, goddamn, I gotta explore my province a little more. Especially with this trip. Like, I did not know that Manitoba had so many lakes.
There's a lake over there.
Corey?
So the trip was supposed to be about 3.5 hours long, but we ended up being an hour behind schedule because we stopped in a little city called Steinbach. We needed some last minute things at Walmart for the cabin, and then the kids were hungry, so they wanted some KFC.
For sale. Take a look.
Turn left onto Manitoba 11 North. Signs for live new bonnet.
The last time we went on a family vacation like this, what the fuck was that? Oh my god, there's a ghost! Run! Run! It was just my black cat Max walking around on the shelves and knocking over shit. No ghost. Like I was saying, the last time we went on a family vacation like this was about 8 years ago, and my middle child was, I think, 3 or 4, something like that. So this trip is our first trip with our youngest, our now youngest, who is also autistic. So if you don't know, autistic kids have a set routine. And if you take them outside of their set routine, things can happen like major meltdowns. And with my child, he is very persistent. So he will continue to have meltdowns until he gets back into his comfort zone. So when he is outside of his comfort zone, there is no soothing him. We will have to either leave or come back home if it is too overwhelming for him. Because we aren't the type of people that are going to just continue to push and push and push. Like we will encourage, but we're not going to force. So if he's uncomfortable, if he's overwhelmed and it's too much for him, we were just going to come home. But all in all, he did great. He loved the ride. He loved the ride there. He loved the scenery. He loved the, the turns and ups and downs and everything. And he loved the cabin. Like, he had no meltdowns whatsoever. He had a great time. And he even slept the best. He slept better than everybody at the cabin. Being Native American, we believe that eagles bring you good luck. And we already ran into 3. So I knew this trip was going to be good. And it was. Really, the only complaint we had on this trip was the horse flies. Those damn hoe flies. Basically, off didn't do shit. And we didn't have Wi-Fi, so I couldn't Google to keep the horse flies away. That was basically the big thing, was that the horse flies were horrible. And their, bite was awful. But when I came home, I found out that you can use citrona or something like that. Fuck, don't even Google it yourself. Because I can't even pronounce it. But it's like a candle and a spray that that keeps the horseflies away because they don't like it. I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty much the only complaint. And we did end up getting to the resort around 5:30. So leaving at 1:30. So we got there in 4 hours, yeah. Although we were many hours behind schedule. Everybody else got there like 3 or 4 hours even before we did. So yeah, we were the last ones. But we are finally here. We made it. Our family rented this pretty cool pontoon. Myself and my kids have never been on a pontoon before. And, well, our youngest didn't want to come on the pontoon, but my oldest and my middle child was their first time coming onto the pontoon. My husband has been on a pontoon with his family before, so this was a completely new experience for myself and my two oldest kids. And really, it was just so exciting to see what their reactions would be. Look at that love right there.
Yeah. Oh, look at this bromance.
Sorry, I just had to slow it down because it's such a beautiful moment. I wanted to prolong it and just make it last forever. Our youngest didn't like the pontoon, so we left him with my sister-in-law. But let me tell you something. So when we got here at 5:30, our sister was feeling really good. So we decided to go ahead and leave her in charge of our youngest. Well, we went on this 2-hour pontoon trip, and that is the cabin. That is her and my son. My mother-in-law is there somewhere, and also in the corner there is my father-in-law. See? Yes, I assure you he's a very proud man. When we returned from this little pontoon trip, she could absolutely 100% ace a sobriety test.
A few seconds later.
I remember asking my daughter, "What do you think?" And her response was always, yes, those are my kids in the background. It's Saturday and my kids are playing video games right now. As I was saying, her response was always the same. It was, "I am just taking it all in." And she could never really give me an answer. And I completely understand exactly where she's coming from, because growing up, we didn't do a lot of traveling. And when we did do traveling, it was on a strict budget. So we couldn't do a lot, too much of like adventuring out. You know, we just kind of had to get to our destination. And we don't get to go on family vacations often just because, you know, money is not, it doesn't grow on trees. And we are a one household income as of right now because we do have a child with special needs. And it's really hard to find childcare for children with special needs. And I understand how hard it is to find non-judgmental supports, especially when you are a parent with a child who has ASD. It can be very isolating. It can, you know, and it can have major impacts on your mental health. So I want to have my channel to be a safe space for people to express themselves, let out their frustrations, because it's a difficult journey and it feels, sometimes you feel alone. And I want to let you know that I am here for you, and leave a comment below. Do what you got to do. I looked away for maybe 2 minutes and I look back, and then they're both sitting there with no shirts on, basking in the sun. Looking real sexy.
What?
Quick question. Is your middle child a wild child? Because my middle child is a wild child. So he will try anything at least once. And he likes adventure. And this is him on getting pulled on the tube. So he was the only one out of my little family that tried it. My daughter didn't try it. My youngest obviously didn't try it. I didn't try it. My husband didn't try it. Like, I feel like I'm at the age where I could probably break a hip. So I don't want to go on any of those things that might break a hip. But this is him. He fell off and then they're just collecting him. And I'm just really happy that he got to experience this. Oh no, it's gone.
It died.
They do that? I'm just joking about that. Jeez.
He looks lonely. He looks lonely. Oh! You trying to talk back?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking back? Oh, you want to go?
So you just roll off?
Yeah.
Oh, no, here's what jacket's on here. Hey, look, there's one right here. What's up? One.
Oh, I lost it.
Wait,
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Well.
That's a very big fish.
This is our cabin, and that is my son in the window there. And this is us, and on the side of our cabin, everybody eating watermelon, and then my son sleeping, of course. He slept the longest and slept the most, probably had the best sleep the entire trip. And this is us going on a little boat. We're gonna go make everybody jump off a cliff.
It's kind of a little touchy, eh?
What is that?
Yeah, barely moving.
So I did not like this boat because there was like a gazillion spiders on there, and it was... And this is my daughter and my husband swimming. They're gonna go jump off a cliff, like I told them to. I said, we got into an argument, and I was like, you know what? Go jump off a cliff. So they did.
It did take some convincing, but I indeed jumped off this cliff.
And then she never returned. And this is my middle child, obviously ready and waiting to jump off this cliff. Did take him a little bit, but he eventually jumped off the cliff more than anybody.
Run from worse. Make it.
You can do it.
Go.
He ran really slow, but he fell really fast. Yeah.
Boom!
Basically sat down.
Yeah, he didn't jump very far out. No, I did.
Yeah.
Almost missed my niece's jump, but caught her just in time.
Way to go, Dick.
Woo! And there is my middle child. After everybody took a jump first, then he was ready to go. After this first jump, he ended up jumping about 4 more times. And then, for some reason, a big crowd of people started coming by.
Why did he have to say holy shit right before he jumped?
My greatest worry at this moment was I thought she was going to trip before she was able to jump and then just roll into the water.
They see me rolling.
They hated. She made it into the water.
Put her jacket on.
My father-in-law told me to take a picture of this duck. And then there's my son trying to swim to shit island. And then there's my father said, take a picture of him. And then we returned home. And our animals were really happy to see us. Like as you can see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye!